Hey, what's up? It's your boy Serrano. Welcome back to another video. So today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 47 tips and tricks for the Motorola Moto G Stylus 2024. So make sure you guys stay locked in to the end of the video. But if you're brand new to the channel, I truly appreciate you for coming through. If you're new, make sure you subscribe and get notified for more videos just like this. But if you're already a part of the crew, salute. So the first tip I wanted to talk about on the Moto G Stylus was basically going to be in the settings. And if you have your own tips and tricks, make sure you leave those down below. I did find 47 of my favorites. So the first one, you're going to go into gestures and you're going to click the sidebar. And activating the sidebar allows you to open up your favorite apps in free form or in full view. And so one of the ways you can do that is by dragging up and either clicking the option in the middle when the app is supported. So like this one, and you can see right there, it's supported. So this is free form because now you can move the window around the screen, and you could also minimize it right there and maximize it. So you can make it your own. You can make it fill up the screen, and when you let go, it's a full app again. So very intuitive options there. But you also do get the sidebar. When you tap that, you will actually get, you know, that pop-up window right here. So it's giving you this feature right here on the sidebar as well. So anything that you tap, it's going to give you that free form app, so you can actually shrink it or maximize it, and you could use it later on. You still got the shortcut right here. And so I do like the convenience of having that feature. Another thing you could do as well is actually swipe it out and then tap the top, and then now you can drag it across. You can see that it's basically like a ball that I can mess around with and move it anywhere I want, whether it be on the bottom or on the side. So, you know, you could basically put that wherever you want when you want to use your shortcuts. And another thing I thought was pretty cool was that you can actually change themes. So if I swipe down, you can see my control panel looks kind of cool right now. You can see all the apps, and then the notifications come in on the other side, and I could flip between the two. So I really like this new modern style, I think they call it. So the way to change it from the classic to the modern is by going into the settings, and then after you go into settings, you're going to go into lock screen right here, home and lock screen, and then just hit the control center. And so the modern style is the one that we're actually currently rocking. But if you wanted to go to the classic Android style, you can just basically swipe down and get your notifications, as well as having this option. So it kind of just looks like every you know, Android 14 smartphone basically. So, you know, that's how the interface is going to look when you have it on the classic. All right, so another thing I wanted to show you in the lock screen and in the wallpapers is by clicking this icon right here, and you can see we have the option to personalize. Let's go ahead and click personalize. And so the first thing I wanted to show you was that you can change your lock screen right here by clicking lock screen and clock faces. And once you click this option where the clocks are, you have the ability to switch it between two other clocks right here. So you could switch it between any one of the three. I actually prefer, like, see, this one does give you the weather and also the precipitation. And so I think that's useful. You also get the classic one right here. So this actually looks pretty cool, but I'm going to stay with the classic one. And then the other tip that I wanted to show you is that after you change those, you could also change the shortcuts down here. So I have this one set as the QR scanner, and then you can change that shortcut by clicking the icon down there, and it will give you all of these shortcuts to choose from. So you have those on your lock screen. So, you know, once you save that, you want to go right here and click this right here where it says where I'm clicking this guy right here. And so you want to click lock screen, and so it says right here you can add effects. So you can see right here you can actually go to stylize and change it to whatever style you want to like mess with, but it'll kind of make it look pretty cool. And then you know, you could choose whichever one suits your personal preference, but these are all gonna look pretty solid. And then you know, after you get done stylizing it, let's just hit animate. But you can hit animate and you can make it sway, so I can when I move my phone, the character moves and stuff like that. So you get a whole bunch of different options. You get snow, you get rain. Oh snap, I like the rain one, so I'm gonna set it with the rain. But they give you a bunch of right here, you get others, so you get brightness, blur, and stylize, so you could change the style. So I just changed it to that one, and then you can animate it. So let's set it for the rain, and then set it for the home screen. So now on my home screen, I'll have the raindrops appearing on the screen. So this is going to be actually really crazy. Another thing that's pretty cool is that when the pen is out for a long period of time, you will get a notification letting you know that your pen is not inside of the smartphone, which I think is pretty useful because it'll show up on your phone whenever if you ever lose it. But you also get the ability to actually track where you last had it. So you're going to go into general options inside of the stylus right here. Once you click this, you're going to click the settings icon right here, and then basically go back. Now right here inside of this settings option right here, you can see right here it says stylus out of case. Get a reminder when the stylus has been removed for a long period of time. And then last known location stylus was removed at, and it'll give you the time and the location based on like these you know, like longitude and latitude or whatever. So you know, I think that's pretty cool that it does give you that. And then you can also get a sound when you want to draw with the stylus, and you can also make it vibrate when the stylus is inserted inside of the phone. So you could turn those features on, and you get a nice vibration when you put it back in there. Another thing I like that they did with the stylus is that they allowed you to use it as an instrument for writing in pretty much any area of space. So let's say you wanted to go to a search bar right here. All you have to do is click on the search bar with your stylus, and you can actually write in whatever you want to search. So I'll type New York. Oh wait, my finger was touching the screen. So this doesn't have palm rejection. So just keep in mind, you have to be precise when you're writing. Next 2024 draft picks, so you can see whatever I'm writing in there with the pen, as long as I tap it, clear it out with the thing, and then I could type, I don't know, Carmelo, and then it'll pull up whatever I was trying to search. So I think that's pretty cool that you do have the ability to use the pen as an actual writing tool. Now, one of the tips I already did, because it was kind of getting a little annoying with the ads and everything, was long pressing the screen right here and on a blank spot, and then going into home settings. And then one of the things I did was basically turned off the feature right here. Let me see if I can find it. So hold on. So what you want to do is go into lock screen inside of settings. So go on the home and lock screen, and then right here you want to go into basically I think it's lock screen right here, and then here it is right here, glance. So it gives you live entertainment and news, but a lot of the times this stuff just pops up and it's not like something I really want to look at. It just pops up by accident. And this is like on your lock screen. So I basically just turn that off. And so that's how you basically would turn off that feature. Not only is it useful to keep wake screen for notifications, but also you want to keep safe reply on as well. require authentication to send replies. So you definitely want to turn that on. And then you also want to turn on the sleep mode notifications, the sleep mode interactions, which you could see notifications when more, you know what I mean, like when lock screen is asleep, so you can still see the notifications. So you have all those turned on. But the other thing down here at the bottom is it's going to say wake display. So you want to be able to tap the display to wake it and move the phone to wake it. So turn both of those on, and then jump to the lock screen is a double tap and you can get to your lock screen, or a double tap to put it to sleep. So those are some pretty useful features. When the screen is locked, you could just do the double tap or whatever, and then it's going to turn on and off. So those are really useful features as well. Another thing that they have on this phone, besides this really cool animation thing that you can customize, let me turn up the brightness, it's actually all the way up, is let me see if I could turn off dark mode so you could see it better. But let me go into settings real quick. And where is it? Where's the dark mode at? Right here. All right, so we'll turn that off. But one of the things I wanted to show you inside of here is the fact that this phone has some features called for the wallpapers. One of the things about this phone is it's going to have really cool wallpapers. When you long press right here and you click wallpaper, you want to go down to dynamic, and it's going to give you dynamic wallpapers. Basically, they have like animations to them, so they're going to be really cool to look at when you're messing around with them. So I have a couple that I've already downloaded, like this one, and it has like a flower that kind of moves, and then it also has this one where that doesn't actually move slightly or whatever. But you could download other ones right here that will actually have some cool animations, so it takes like a couple of seconds for you to download each one, and then you can put it on here and preview it. And so that's what this one's gonna look like, or whenever you're messing around with it, you can see it looks kind of cool when you play around with it. And then you can go ahead and set it as wallpaper, but I actually like the one that I'm using right here, so I'm just gonna keep this on for the rest of the video. Now this phone has what I would call a lot of gestures, and what I mean by that is that it has gestures basically chopped to turn on your flashlight, and then now the flashlight is on. Chop it again, it could turn it off. You could shake to get to your camera, and then when you shake it again, it will flip it to the front camera. And those are some of the gestures. But if you go into settings, they have a whole bunch more, and I actually prefer the dark mode that was on here versus the light mode. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that back on. But they have a lot more gestures when you go back into settings. So you click right here, and it's gonna show you the gestures all the way down at the bottom. Let me see, there it is. So click gestures, and so these are all the gestures that you can choose. So you have one-handed mode, which when you pull the screen down from the bottom like this, and you pull down with one hand, it's gonna actually make the phone either give you the screen in reach. You could pull the screen into reach, or you could show your notifications when you swipe from the bottom. So with one-handed, so you have two different options there, and then I think that's pretty cool. So let's say you want to do that now. You swipe from the bottom, and now you can see it pulls down my notifications. So I have it on that one, but this one, it shows notifications, and then this one will pull in reach. So let's try that one, and then you can see right here it's gonna pull half the screen down, so everything will actually be in my reach with my thumb, so I could actually get to the screen, because everything is basically cut in half now. We also have 3-finger screenshot, so I can touch the screen with 3 fingers, and then it's going to take a screenshot of whatever I'm looking at. So, you know, you could basically kind of tap into whatever you're looking at. Go ahead and then you could save that or delete it. I'm gonna go ahead and delete that, but this is pretty crazy. So that's another gesture that they're gonna offer, the 3-finger screenshot. And then they also do offer the double tap power button key, and you can get to your camera. If you press and hold the power button, it's going to give you your Google Assistant, but I actually turned that off and I just use the power button as the regular power button, because there's other ways you can get to your Google Assistant. And for me personally, I use the Gemini when I swipe here from the bottom, because it's just going to be very intuitive and it answers pretty much any question you throw at it when you do that. And if you swipe from the bottom corner and you activate Google Assistant, you could change to Gemini automatically. So that's one of the things that I did, and it's just very much more helpful for me when it comes to using that one over the Google Assistant. This is one of my favorite gestures. It's the media controls one. And so when you're listening to songs, like let's say I turn on some music from Spotify, and I just go ahead and I press play, and I lock the screen. So let me just do that on real quick. I can press this button and it's gonna switch to the next song. So that's gonna come in handy whenever you're using it, because you still have the ability to switch the tracks when the screen is locked, which is definitely an awesome feature. We now have a new shortcut called Quick Launch, and I know this started off with the Google Pixel phones, but basically this Quick Launch feature gives you the option to choose all of these shortcuts, and you can choose the tap strength, so gentle tap, moderate, or hard. And when you, right now I have it set on play pause, but you can have it set pretty much to whatever option you choose out of these options. And even some of the apps on here you can choose to have a shortcut as well. So this is going to be an awesome feature when you tap on the back. Right now I have it set as pause and play whenever I'm listening to music. So if I press play right here, right there you can see it did pause the music. And then right there, so that the feature does work. It's a little bit slow at first, but once you get the hang of it, you'll have it down pat. And the last 3 gestures is going to be your pick up to silence. So whenever you pick up the phone will stop ringing. You also do have flip to D&D. So when you put the phone on the basically face down, you're gonna hear a vibration, and then it's gonna be basically turning off all your notifications. So whenever that's on and the face is down on your smartphone, you'll still hear alarms, but it's going to be on do not disturb mode and everything like that. If you go into sound, it's going to give you the ability to actually turn on this feature I really like called multiple volume. Multiple volume allows you to control the individual volume for multiple apps at once. When you hit that, you can basically control different sliders, and it gives it the ability to basically control them automatically on multiple different apps at the same time. And then you do also get the ability to change your ringtone for your SIM card as well as your eSIM on here, so you can actually choose different ones from the other. You also do get your vibration haptics, and so you can get those when you're getting a phone call and things of that sort. And then you also do have crystal clear talk AI, which is going to reduce background noise when you're on phone calls, which you definitely want to turn on as well. So we'll get into some of these options in a little bit more detail, but I definitely think you should turn on that when you're talking on phone calls. All right, guys, so the next tip is to be able to turn your screen either sideways or vertical. And so the way you want to do that is just by tapping right here inside of your home settings. Right here, you can allow the home screen to rotate. So I have that turned on so that whenever I turn the screen on the home screen, it gives me the option to use it in both landscape and portrait mode. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I also like the fact that I can go inside of my Motorola folder. And once I'm inside of this folder right here, they have an option to secure your device. It's called Moto Secure. And they also do have a phishing detection mode that allows you to turn that on, and it allows you to be alert when you run into suspicious websites, or when it is going to be able to flag them whenever it comes up on your smartphone. And so you do have this option right here called Secure Folder, which is basically going to protect your sensitive data. And so you can actually put apps and media inside of here and files, and it's going to be disguising your icons so you can hide it in plain sight right here. So that's going to be also pretty cool, but it's going to ask for your Google information. So right here you can secure your Google account with your sensitive data as well. So that's going to be pretty clutch too. And then it's going to tell you your overall health right here at the top, and you can view that to get more information about it. And then you can see right here, it'll tell you what's not active yet. And so these are some of the things you want to turn on, but you can see right here, you can go back and turn on pin scramble. And so this is pretty cool because it'll let you see a different pin pad configuration each time you unlock your phone. So the numbers are going to be scrambled. So whichever button you're pressing, people still can't memorize what you're actually pressing when you activate this feature. And another feature you should definitely incorporate into your smartphone is auto lock, because when you put auto lock on, it's going to ensure that only you can log into your device by enabling auto lock and two-factor authentication as well. And that's definitely going to be important if you're in the situation where you actually lost your smartphone and you don't want anybody getting into your sensitive information. Another thing you can do is activate your fitness tracker by putting this widget on your home screen from the Moto widget, drag down. So you're going to click right here and then choose this one, the second one. And so you can see I already have it there. So I'm going to hit cancel. But one of the things you want to do is hit this down arrow until you see the gear icon. And once you see the gear icon, you want to hit that. And then you want to turn on Health Connect. Right here, it says that Health Connect ensures your health and fitness data, giving you a simple way to sync the different apps on your phone. So basically, you can get started with the Health Connect, which will basically connect you to each app. So you can go ahead, click Get Started. And then it'll allow the Moto widget to access Health Connect. And then you can allow it to track your steps and things of that sort. So I definitely think that's going to be pretty cool when it comes to using this feature. And then you can have it set as a weather and time or either or, and then digital or analog. So, you can also display dual clocks right here. So let's just go back. And so now it's going to give you the ability to track your step count on here. Another thing I like is that when I go ahead into the smartphone, and if you go into the Moto folder, which is on the home screen right here, and you go into games, you have essentially your own game hub. So if you're going to access a game like Call of Duty or something like that, you're going to see you get your block notifications, lock mode, and you can click right here to access it at any time. and it gives you the ability to basically customize the sound or the brightness, and it gives you the temperature of your core right here. So this is in Celsius, if so that's about 80 degrees. This is the RAM percentage, how much is being used. And so you can see right here, you can also customize these different features, but I have it right here on the turbo mode. You could also put it on the battery savings mode or the balance mode. And then you have your apps right here for free. You could pop those up on top, over top of the display. So I could put YouTube up on here while I'm gaming, which is kind of crazy. So we're gonna get out of that. So I definitely think it's pretty cool that they do have those features for the gaming mode on here. And so if I mess around with these settings even more and click settings, the gear icon right there, I don't know if you saw me click it, this one right here, it gives me the ability to keep the game time mode on and then still being able to have always freeform. And then also I can display the frame rate of the game while it's playing, which is also pretty cool. So if I put that on, the frame rate is going to show up on the screen too. So I think that's another solid feature. Another thing you want to do is go into your battery inside of the settings and click the option called overcharge protection. So go ahead in the battery, and right here you're going to see the option called overcharge protection. It'll limit charging when your device has been plugged in continuously for 3 days. So basically it's going to protect the phone so it won't like overcharge. Also, you also have some cool features down here. So slow charge notification. You'll receive a notification when your phone isn't charging optimally on your wireless charging stand. And then also it'll give you adaptive battery, which will limit battery for apps that you don't use often. So that'll help you save battery too. And then you have this one right here, improve battery while inactive. So uses AI to learn your behavior and limit background apps that on your phone that are inactive. So you also do get charging optimization right here, for optimized charging. And so a lot of cool features when it comes to using this device as far as the battery goes. Another thing you can do to customize this device even more is long press the screen and then click personalize, then go down the fingerprint animation right here and hit that. So now you can choose between the boomerang, the chroma dial, or the radio waves. So I'm gonna kind of mess around with the boomerang right now, but I definitely think it's pretty cool that it gives you some options to play around with when you're unlocking your smartphone every single time. And if you're using the classic mode, you can change it to different themes by just clicking the themes icon right here, and then it'll give you circles with different colors like by default. So this one has the slab, that one has the square default, Android default. So you could choose I'm gonna choose the teal one right now. And so now that's going to be my theme on here. So all the colors in the background can match that. And then you could even customize them right here and hit themed so that your stock apps are colored. But I'm going to keep it just like how it is right now. I might change it to a lighter color. And then you can see my background actually changed as well. So that's kind of different. Another thing you want to do is allow eyes to be open when you're unlocking your phone through the password protection. So you want to go to security and privacy, and then you want to go to face unlock and fingerprint, and then just click the one that says Face ID, and then just enter your PIN inside of there. After you enter that, you basically want to go right here where it says require eyes to be open when you unlock it. And then also you can always require confirmation when using face unlock in apps, and always require confirmation step. So I definitely think that's going to be pretty good and make it a little bit more secure when it comes to using a Moto G stylus with the face unlock on here. Another thing that you can do with the stylus is make a GIF. So it has this thing called the GIF maker. And so if you go into one of your social media platforms, I'm just going to choose Threads just because it's new and it's kind of, you know, making its way up there. Actually make a GIF of this right here, the heart. So you just press record and it starts to time it. And then you can stop it at 5 seconds. And now you can save this and share it or whatever to like your Moto Notes, any platform right here. Basically anywhere you want, you could share it. But it's going to be an instant GIF that you can, it gives you the ability to make that. So I definitely think that's going to be useful when it comes to capturing quick videos. And the other thing that you can do is swipe up, and when you're using an app, you can lock it by clicking the icon to the left. And right now it says successfully locked. So I could clear all, but right there you can see I cleared all 36 apps, but the camera is still going to be there in the background. So that's going to be cool if you just want to keep one app locked in, but or a couple of different apps locked in, and you don't want them to disappear. It's still going to remain right there inside of the recent apps menu. Do me a favor, if you're still here, just type down in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people. Okay? If you're inside of accessibility in the settings feature, just go right here and click settings. Click it, go into accessibility. I'll go back so you can see that. But basically you want to go all the way down and click right here where it says accessibility, and then click the icon down at the bottom where it says flash notifications, and you want to turn on camera flash. Basically the flash the camera light or the screen when you receive notifications or when alarms sound. So that flashlight on the back, it's gonna look like this when you receive like a notification. So it will make like a flash. So that's basically what it will look like. So if you go to camera and you go into the settings option right here at the top right corner, you're gonna go down, and then when you see the option where it says shooting methods or capture methods, click that right here, and you want to turn on the gesture selfie, because when you show your palm, it's going to take a selfie automatically. And then you have the auto smile capture, so whenever you smile and you know what I mean, it's going to take the photo, and then you could tap anywhere on the screen and it can take that photo too. So those are all really useful features when it comes to taking a photo and everything like that. They do have a feature in the camera called audio zoom. So it'll actually amplify audio in the zoom area of the viewfinder on the phone. So wherever you're zooming in, it's going to basically, the sound is going to increase and it's going to make it sound a lot better. So I definitely think that's going to be a feature you should always turn on. Another thing is if you go into the Moto folder right here, it's going to have a FM radio. And so it gives you the option to use Bluetooth or headphones or a loudspeaker. So when it comes to this, you can basically listen to radio stations on here through the loudspeaker without having to wear headphones or whatever. So I can't like find a station that's working, but I think it's pretty cool that this does have that feature where you could listen to music outdoors without even having a data connection or anything like that. So that's definitely going to be a solid feature as well. Now, this is by far one of my favorite features on this smartphone. It's called Smart Connect. Right at the if you go into the Bluetooth settings, it'll be there. So you just go right here, Bluetooth, long press that button and then click Smart Connect. And this gives you the ability to use the phone with a PC or a display like a TV or whatever. And so it'll basically pop up, but you get the ability to share your phone to another display wirelessly. And so I definitely think that's going to be solid because it gives you desktop mode. So basically your phone becomes a laptop. So this is probably one of my favorite features when it comes to the Motorola G Stylus 2024. Another feature I really like that this phone has is Dolby Atmos, and you can access it just by, going across right here. And it does have screen recording too. But right here, if you go across, you can click right here. I have the smart audio on right now because it's going to identify the content and perform automatic adjustments to deliver the best sound. And so you have spatial, music, movie, game, podcast, and a custom one that you can tailor as well. And so Dolby Atmos delivers a premium listening experience through your phone's loudspeaker and your connected devices. Another thing I like about this device is when you whip out the stylus with the screen locked, it gives you the off screen note memo. So you can automatically take a note. I don't know if that's a real number, but you could take down somebody's number. You could take notes on here, and I definitely think it's going to be a solid experience when it comes to writing. It definitely feels accurate, and I feel like you can get a lot of detail on here. And there's that reminder that says that the stylus has been removed for a long period of time without any use. Now, the next feature I think is really solid is the AI calculator. If you go right here and you click handwriting calculator, just click that option from the stylus options, and then you want to type in a math equation. So let's say you're trying to calculate 360 times 480. Okay, so it didn't quite understand what I was saying, so let me clear that out. 360 times, and then I'll write it out a little bit better. So it added that. Let's do another one. 32 times 32. Okay. 32 times 2. 64. Okay, got that right. 64 times 2. Okay. No, it did the plus. So it's a little bit gimmicky. Let's see. 46 times 46. Okay, so you got to write it across. 23 divided by 3. Yeah, so you got to just write it across. So it's pretty accurate. 4,500 times 50. Yeah, so it's pretty solid when it comes to calculating math. You just got to write it across and write it kind of neat, and it's going to pick up on whatever you're, writing on there. Another thing I like about the pen tool is that it has another way of screenshotting besides the 3-finger screenshot and the power button and bottom volume rocker. If you click the option right here where it says freeform crop. So let's go into a social media app because There's so many you can choose from. But let's say, for instance, this AI picture of J-Lo right here. So it gives me the image. Now I can draw around it and basically crop that image. So now I have the cropped image saved somewhere in my gallery, and you know, I could edit that later on. So even though this is not really, this is definitely AI generated or whatever, but this gives you an idea of how you can crop images, save them for later, and then, you know, make notes or whatever, just in case you're trying to plan out a vacation or an idea or anything of that sort. And the image will be saved inside of Google Photos, and you can find it under the screenshots. But right here, this is the, you know, picture. I'm just going to go ahead and delete that. But that's pretty much how you would get to all your saved images and everything like that. Now, if you go inside of the settings option one more time, I want to show you how you can mess around with the display settings, because one of the things about this device is it goes up to 120 hertz refresh rate. But let's say, you know, I'm at 34%, I might want to save a little bit more battery. You can actually put it on 60 hertz or smart optimization, which will determine which one it's going to use based off of the, you know, software running in here. I could also go inside of display settings one more time, and there is an option here to customize the color. So you could go right down here. You can see we have a bunch of different options inside of display, but they give us colors. So you can customize the temperature down here using this wheel, or you can customize it using natural, radiant, or vivid. So radiant kind of looks cool. Vivid also looks really good, but I think I'm going to stick with vivid right now. Another feature I thought was really cool on here was the attentive display. So if you go in here and you click the settings option, go back to display, and if you go down all the way, you're going to see an option where it says attentive display. So I'm just trying to spot it out right here. So you can see you have the option where you can do the screen timeout. Click that one, and then right here it says attentive display prevents your screen from turning off if you are looking at it. So as long as you're looking at the screen, it won't time out. But you could also keep it on a timer here up top as well. So I just kind of want to throw that out there. So the phone also gives you the option, once you pick the stylus out of the phone, it's going to give you these options. There is 3, 6, 7 altogether. So you get 7 options, but if you wanted to change any one of these to something else, you'd hit the icon right here, and you have the ability to now, you know, remove one of them. So you could remove any one of them and replace it with an app down here. So you just click that, or you can add live message right here. So pretty much whichever one you want to get rid of that you don't feel like you use or whatever, you can switch to any single app on here. So I think that's another solid feature about this phone. One of the features I use a lot is the checklists. So if you go into your notes and you if you go back, let me see, it's right here, checklist. You could either click that or you could swipe 2 times. You get canvas, which allows you to draw, and then you get checklists, which helps you basically stay organized. So you can start a checklist by drawing here in the box things I need. And it didn't make that out clearly, but let's see if it can do that real quick. So you get the point. You could like basically make checklists or things like that, and then when you do get that done, you can hit complete and it'll check off the thing that you put in there. So I have a bunch of stuff that I did set up inside of here for reminders and things of that sort. The very last feature I want to show you is that if you're writing in a note, for example, let me go to a new note, and let's say right here, let me see. Let's click new note. Let's go ahead and get the pen out. And let's say, for example, I'm in a new note. So I click the three dots on the top right corner right here. I'm going to click that. And then it says right here, you can lock the system gestures, meaning if you swipe up or swipe to the side while you're writing, it's going to basically lock. So you could put your hand across it and it's not going to close while you're writing. So I definitely think that's a really solid feature for the Moto G Stylus. But if you're still here, just type down below in the comment section, I'm still here, so I know you're still kicking it with me. And I just want to remind you to hit the like button so we can get this video out to more people and help beat the YouTube algorithm. And I'm going to hit you guys back. I'll check you guys later. Peace.